Guidelines and instructions for lectors and commentators. The lectors and commentators ministry is for the lay faithful who are willing to grow spiritually and commit themselves to perform their duties and responsibilities, specifically in the proclamation of the word in liturgical celebrations. The lectors and commentators ensure that the word of the Lord is accorded due meaning and significance for parishioners to lead a true Christian life. The Word of God is a gift to us. It is most precious. Not one word should be lost when we read it. We are not free to change prescribed postures to suit our individual piety, for the Church makes it clear that our unity of posture and gesture is an expression of our participation in the one body formed by the baptized with Christ, our head. As Pope Francis has said, find good readers for Mass. Pope Francis spoke about the importance of the liturgy of the Word and the resulting importance of having lectors who can proclaim the readings and the responsorial psalm well. We must look for good readers, he said on January 31st in off-the-cuff comments during the general audience. Good readers and psalmists understand what they are reading and can convey it well, he continued, explaining that they need to be prepared by reading over the text before Mass. When someone reads well, not distorting the words, this helps to create a climate of receptive silence, he said, which is important because it is not enough to hear with the ears without receiving in the heart the seed of the divine word, allowing it to bear fruit. When they read the words of the Bible, the first reading, the second, the responsorial psalm, and the gospel, we must listen and open our heart, he said, because it is God Himself who speaks to us. Do not think about other things or talk about other things. Other things which are not appropriate during the liturgy of the Word are the substitution of a non-biblical text or omitting a reading, he said. Pope Francis explained that the Word of God, especially as we hear it at Mass, is important nourishment for our daily lives. How could we face our earthly pilgrimage with its labors and its trials without being regularly nourished and enlightened by the Word of God that resounds in the liturgy? He asked. Therefore, we must prepare to be an effective reader. If there is anything we need to remember, it is that we come disposed and prepared to declare the Word of God. Lectors have a sacred role of bringing the Word of the Lord to life. Christ is present through us in the Word of the Lord. There are two verses that we can use as our constant reminder whenever we serve as lector commentator. First, if you want to follow me, deny yourself. Matthew chapter 16 verse 24. Let us deny ourselves of our own personal styles or preferences and be followers to be directives of the parish we choose to serve as lector commentator. Second, he must increase, I must decrease. John chapter 3, verse 30. Let us be united in the manner we serve, whether it is in our introduction, carrying of the Book of Gospels, our profound bow, ringing of the bowl or bell, how we say the word of the Lord, when to kneel and rise, let us be uniform. Stick to the script. Follow our guidebooks, reminders on the ambo, word for word, nothing more, nothing less, no ad-lib. Prima's announcement. Take note, read the Prima's announcement all at once. From preparatory to moment of silence, ending with the ringing of the bell 3 minutes before Mass starts. Ringing of the bell, typically performed after Prima's announcement. This is the call to order bell. Hit the bell on the side, not the top, and wait for reverberation of the sound to die down before striking it again. Or use this rhythm. Bell at the church entrance is the call to procession bell. Holding a book of Gospels, performed only when presider chooses to have a procession before Mass. At the processional, raise it high enough to show your face, smile or sing. Show how happy you are that you had the honor of carrying it. Tip, use your pinky finger to support the base of the book to keep it from slipping from your grip. Bowing. Use the profound bow. Do not genuflect, do not nod or do head bow, but bow the upper body. When to bow? As soon as you come out of the pew, bow to the altar table before walking up to the ambo. As soon as we step down from the ambo, we bow again facing the altar table before returning to the pew. When we pick up the Book of Gospels as a Sunday lector, before we join the procession line, pick up the book from the altar table while facing the congregation. Adjust the book stand so you can easily return the book to its stand after the processional. Then bow. Then get in line for the processional. At the end of the processional, keep in mind that the lector is the only one who does not stop at the foot of the steps to the altar, like the rest. You are the only one who walks all the way up the altar to place the Book of Gospel on its stand at the altar. Then step back a few steps to the side and allow the presider to lead everyone to a profound bow facing the Book of Gospels. Mass Introduction. Stick to the script word for word. Avoid relying on memorization to avoid changing the words by mistake. Say good morning, afternoon, or evening. We welcome you as we celebrate the Eucharist today. It is not welcome brothers and sisters, nor some other way. If it is a feast or solemnity, no need to mention the day of the week and liturgical season. Do not rely on presider's name in the guidebook schedule. Verify that it is the correct presider. Introduce the presider with his name in full with their congregation at the end. If there is a visiting priest, introduce yourself. Request him to write down his name so you do not make a mistake in pronouncing, and ask if you need any special introduction to his visit. Introduction to the Gospel. Commentators read Introduction to the Gospel reading word for word. Please rise to honor the Gospel to avoid forgetting the words and avoid ad-lib. Presiding priest, follow his lead and special instructions even if it goes against these guidelines. If he decides to recite the prayers with you, let his voice be louder than yours. Do not compete with his voice. Notice if he spends time to reflect after his homily or after distribution of communion, so as to prepare you when you should go back to the ambo. Teamwork. Lector commentator assigned to a Mass are partners, making sure you work together and support each other. Even if you have different roles, if one forgets something, be ready to back up your partner. Anticipate the unexpected to allow presider to celebrate Mass smoothly. Tip: make eye contact with your presider and your partner every so often, in case one needs something. Example, a misplaced book or eyeglasses. Be a step ahead and think of what the Mass or presider might need. Continuation on my next upload. Thank you.